Thought I'd show up real quick. I'm not gonna stay too long. I do have to go to bed. Um, but it's my birthday. It's my birthday, so I thought I'd just pop in, say hi to you guys, see how everybody's doing. Gonna wait till you guys get in a chat so we can talk a little bit before I head to bed. I wanted to talk to you guys on my birthday. I had some things I wanted to say to you guys tonight. I'm not sure. I can't remember what it was. I can't. Actually, I do remember now. I remember now. I'm gonna try not to forget. Hey, Sarah Matthews. Thanks. Appreciate you. I don't remember seeing you before, Sarah Matthews, but thank you for the birthday wishes. That's very kind of you. Much appreciated. Thank you. You're the third person, fourth, fifth person to tell me happy birthday today. The first was a friend of mine. Second was my dad. I was having a, this is like the funniest thing. My dad has been calling me for a couple of days. I haven't been responding. Not for any reason or anything like that, but just because Toussaint Joseph, that's a Haitian ass name right there. My friend. Yeah, you see what Thanks for the birthday wishes, though. I'm not usually in the lives, but I watch the playbacks often. I appreciate that. I'm actually editing one of my videos right now. It's a really good one. It's the interview that I did with AJ. I'm doing like short format versions of it. So I'm putting out like an 8-minute video. I'm gonna either put it out tomorrow or on Monday. I'm not sure exactly. The views on the weekend seem to be pretty bad, so we'll see. Hey, thanks, Steve the Pigeon. I appreciate it. Tarai, thank you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thanks for the birthday wishes, guys. But yeah, the how are you celebrating? I'm celebrating with my wife's family. That's how I'm celebrating. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. I've learned a lot. You've made me feel better about what's happening to me. Well, I'm glad. That's what I do it for. That's exactly what I do it for. I do it because I do it for the people who are confused about what they're going through and who have um, no idea of like what this is, what's going on, or people who think that they're basically the only person in the world going through this, and that's like a devastating feeling, right? To think that you're going through this all alone, and it's like it's only you, it's only happening to you, nobody else. It's just you. That's like a super devastating feeling. So I do it to let people know, like it's not just you, me too, and all of these people I'm interviewing are going to tell you their story as well. So you can feel like, well, you're not alone. This is happening to a whole bunch of people. Hey, thanks for the gift, Tarai. A party hat. I like that. That's really fun. Look at my smile. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Well, I'm glad it means a lot to you, Sarah. That's why I do it. I really do it for people, for people who are going through this and, that have no one, either because they had no one to begin with or because people have turned their backs on them. But the story, before I forget, the story I wanted to talk about is I was talking to my dad because he's been calling me for a couple of days and I didn't pick up. Not for any reason. My phone is always on silent, so I didn't hear. And I called him back today. And as we were talking, he was saying, how old are you already? He's like, are you 39? And I'm like, I'm gonna be 39 tomorrow, Dad. And he's like, your birthday's tomorrow? I'm like, how can you forget my birth? There's two of us. I have a twin brother. You didn't just forget my birthday, you forgot both of your sons' birthdays. And I'm not actually mad at my dad for forgetting. I understand. I love my dad. He's cool. He's cool. Don't read too much into it, guys. I have a very fun relationship with my dad. He's he's all right. He's really cool. Thanks for the birthday wishes, guys. Much appreciated. He was joking with you. No, was I joking? We're joking about what? I mean, if you think my dad was joking about forgetting my birthday, you don't know my dad. My dad has never remembered my birthday, ever. Never. Not once. I'm 39. He's never remembered my birthday. I remember once asking him, and he even admitted something to me about my younger brother. No, my dad was not joking. I'm just letting you know, my dad was not joking. I even remember, even today, as like he was saying, oh yeah, it's true. Your birthdays are on March 14th, and he was like, I'll always remember your sister's birthday, but I rarely remember your birthday. And the reason why is probably because I don't call him to ask for like a gift or anything like that. But my sister is very like, she's a daddy's girl. Anything she wants, she's always called my dad in the past. I don't know if it's still the case. I don't know. Also, I don't care. It's not my business. But he remembers because on her birthday, she'll ask him for stuff, as a kid. And I never did that. As a matter of fact, I never called him on my birthday before. It's the first time I've ever called him, not on my birthday, but the day before. And it was only because he was calling me before. And I didn't know why. I was like, "Do you need something?" And or I thought like maybe he was like having trouble with his computer, whatever, that stuff, right? But he just wanted to talk. He just wanted to check on me, and then he's like, "How old are you now? 30, 39?" And I'm like, "I'm turning 39 tomorrow, dude. Like, you made me remember my birth." No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. But yeah, he told me something that was also very funny. Because I have a little brother. My little brother, I think my little brother's like 21. Don't be mad at me. We don't share the same mother. I didn't grow up with him or anything like that. I basically was I was living in the same house as him for maybe 2 years when he was born, and then I didn't see him again for until he turned like 15. So, so yeah. I don't, anyways, the point I'm making is he was saying like, yeah, I have a hard time remembering your birthday. I remember your sister's birthday. I know you guys' birthday is in March. I remember that, but he said don't feel too bad because when it comes to your younger brother's birthday, I don't even know what month his birthday is. I have no idea when it is, And I was telling him like it's in the fall. Like I don't know his birthday, But yeah, it was funny. It was a funny conversation I had with my dad today, where he's like, it's just a weird coincidence that he would mention my age, and then I would be like, my birthday's tomorrow, man. I thought you were calling me about my birthday or something. What's happening? Anyways, uh, God's blessing on your birthday. Thank you, Sandra, Victor. Appreciate it. Thank you, Stephanie. Much appreciated. That was a surprise call. It was not a surprise call. I called him. He called me because he wanted to check on me. And he does this pretty regularly because of what I've been telling him lately about everything that's been happening to me. And actually today, I sort of got through to him a little bit, a little bit. I'm sure I'll have to do more work about getting through to him. But, I sort of got through to him just a little bit, like I was telling him about, the Jeffrey documents. I'm not gonna call it the I'm gonna call it the Jeffrey documents. And I was telling him about the Jeffrey documents, and I was telling him like, Dad, they've been redacting the names of people who kidnap, unalive, eat, and grape children. You think they're not above a silent G side? And he was kind of silent, and he was like, "Yeah, these people are criminals. You're right." And then I was like, "Right, they are criminals." And anyways, it was a good conversation. And I was telling him about one of my cousins on his side of the family. One of my cousins who messaged me today after she saw my interview with Andrew, and she was saying how like perhaps I need to go see a specialist. I might be going through psychosis and things like that. And I was just like, I very much appreciate the concern. It's really nice of you, but I'm doing fine, And she was worried that I was like having unaliving ideations. I'm like, not at all. I'm a newlywed. I'm very happy. Yeah, my life very much matters to me. I would like to live until I'm 95 at least, if possible, inshallah. But yeah, she was worried about me, and people were telling me because I was telling people about that, like in group chats of like other targeted individuals, and they were telling me like, it's really sad that like you would speak of these things in your own family after seeing the Jeffrey documents, your own family would not believe you when you're talking about stuff like that. And I was just saying, like, to be fair, though I like her a lot, I really do. I like her a lot. I think she's really nice. This might be the first conversation we've ever had. We're not close. I didn't grow up with my dad. I wasn't even allowed to see my dad's family or my father for most of my childhood. So we're not close. So of course, for her seeing this, she's just like, this is almost like her first impression of really getting to know me. So of course, her idea is like, I think this guy's lost it, which is fine. I'm all right. Are you identical twins? No, I'm the handsome one. I'm just kidding. He actually looks better than me, but no, we're not identicals. We're fraternal twins. We could be in the same room. You would not even think we're related. He looks nothing like me. He looks a lot like my sister, actually. My sister who just texted me, saying, what did she say? She literally just texted me before I got on live, like 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes tops. And she said, I'm sorry. I hope you have a happy birthday. I'm sorry I can't help you or be in your life more than she is, which is none, by the way. She's not in my life. Um, and when she wrote that, I was just reading the message and I was just like, what a strange thing to say. You can't help me or be in my life more? Why? We live in the same state or province. If you wanted to be in my life, you would be, but you're not, which means that you don't want to. And you don't have to. It's fine, you know? Anyways, sorry guys. I'm like just processing the message because I just received it. But I thought it was such a strange thing to say to someone. Sorry I can't be in your life or help you more than I am, which is none, by the way, guys. It's not at all. Um I thought that was a strange thing to say. I'm gonna have to like reflect on what does this mean, or maybe I'm going too deep into it and it actually means what it means, and or maybe it has no importance. Maybe it's just like formalities. It's just what you say in the situation that I don't know. I don't. Doesn't matter anyways, right? The way that I see things is, if someone wants to be in your life, they will. If someone wants to be around for you, they will. And if they're not, it's because they don't want to. And if they don't want to, that's fine. And it is fine. You don't have to apologize. It's fine. Happy born day. Thank you, Truth Rises. Much appreciated. My granddad passed at the age of 109 in year 2017, so 95 is possible. Hey, that's a great age 109. My granddad, my last grandparent, uh, lived to be 99 years old. I think he was couple months. Did he pass away in May? His birthday is December 25th. And yeah, I think he passed in May. I mean, he was a couple months away from being 100, but he did see 100 years, meaning that he was born in one year, and then he was born in, like, let's say he was born in like 1900. He would have passed away. Well, he passed away in 2024, which means that he was born in 1924. So I thought that was really that was great because he's born in December. As soon as like you make it to January 1st, you've seen 100 years, right? Hey, thank you, Tarai. That's so appreciated. Thank you so much for the my God. Thank you. What a beautiful gift from you. Thank you so much. Look at this smile. I'm smiling from ear to ear. Thank you. You're officially the first person to give me a gift. Wait, no, that's not true. My wife gave me a gift. Um, yeah. Thank you, Tarai. So appreciated. Thank you very much. But yeah, not to mention the entire point is to make you seem insane. Yeah, it is. It is. The entire point is to make you seem insane, but um, to be fair, I didn't get a chance to explain anything to her, and it was very clear once I started explaining things to her that she was not interested in hearing it, which is fine. I think it's fair if you're not going through something like that, then you don't necessarily want to hear it, you know? So I don't blame her. And like I said, this very possibly could be the first conversation I've had with her. Though she's my cousin and I like her very much. I'm very close to her brother, though we haven't been talking lately. And I think it has to do with what's going on with me, and he's just kind of tired of hearing it, which is fair. I'm very close to her brother, but I've never been close with her ever. We've never had a conversation about anything. But I do like her a lot, and she looks. I mean, she has like a very distinctive look of like my cousins. She looks like all of my cousins, on both sides. It's crazy. Thank you, Tarai. Celebrate good times. Happy birthday to the encourager. I like the encourager. Thanks for all you do for us. Thank you. I don't want you to view it as like I'm doing this for you guys. The fact that you guys are here and you guys are supporting me just by watching, just by supporting, by sharing the videos, liking, commenting, by validating, what I'm going through as well. Because it's not just me validating what you guys are going through, but it's also you guys validating what I'm going through. And you got to figure that, after going through this for about 17 years, and not knowing what it was, and everybody telling me that I'm crazy and go to a mental institute and get checked and all of that, to have all of you people, the first video I posted has 40,000 views, 2,000, over 2,000 comments of all of you guys just saying, "Me too. This has been happening to me for 6 years. This has been happening to me since I was born. I get directed conversations as well. I get workplace sabotage, workplace mobbing, and it's just like you guys piling on with the validation. It really does. It really does something to me, and it's quite a gift to me. And I don't necessarily need it anymore, but I sure do appreciate it. So I don't want you guys to see it as like I do this for you guys. I do this for us, and you guys do it for us as well. Let's view it as that, right? We're all a community here, and it's just part of who I am. You know, uh, they chose the wrong one. They really did. They chose the wrong guy. It's just part of who I am. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't do this. Before I started talking about gang stalking, this channel was about narcissistic abuse because I went through narcissistic abuse and I figured out that, oh, other people are going through what I went through, this painful experience. I have to get the information out about what this is, right? And how to recognize it, how to get away from it, how to heal from the wounds, the inner child wounds that have normalized this behavior for us, that make us tolerate it in relationships. And I was running this page for about 5 years before it turned into a gang stalking page. And after a while, I stopped posting videos, but I do have like 600 videos about narcissism. Though I have a lot of videos about gang stalking now, most of the videos on my page are really just about narcissism. And at the time that I made them, I didn't even know I was. Well, I knew I was being gang stalked to a certain extent, but I didn't even know what gang stalking was. I thought I was just being hacked by some crazy person. Um, and then come to find out that all of you people are also being gang stalked. So once I found that out, once I realized that gang stalking is an actual thing going on, there's a silent, covert, rather G side going on in the world, I just had to be like, hey, people are going through what you've been going through for the past 2 decades. Someone's got to speak up. And I've been blessed to. They say I have a way with words, and I have a voice. When I was a kid, every grade, even when I was a kid, every time, how like teachers would get you to read a paragraph, like we would read a book as a class, and then like each one of us would read a paragraph. Every class I've ever had, every teacher I've ever had, when they heard me read, they would just be like, "You need to be like a news anchor or something. You have like a voice." And I've always hated my voice, But now I kind of like it. But I think it's because I have to sort of listen to it all the time when I'm editing my videos. But so I've gotten used to it, no choice, right? But I've never understood what they meant, and now I kind of get it. So I have to use my talents for good. It's what God would want. Um, Happy birthday, brother. Thank you, C Stay. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Thank you for being here. You're saving lives out here. Well, you guys are saving my life as well. People are happy to think the world is a wonderful place, not full of narcissists. Yeah, I was that person. Hold on, somebody got to get blocked real quick. Goodbye. Okay, 17 years. I had no idea it was that long. Actually, it's 19 years. I've been going through this for 19 years now. I went through it for 17 years without knowing what gang stalking was, and then 2 years ago I found out what gang stalking was. So, unfortunately, it's been going on for 19 years. Happy birthday! Thank you very much. The A731N. I just feel that ignore them is the key, like how you mentioned in your previous video. It is. It is the key. That's the best thing to do. Um, for community. Absolutely. Absolutely. I King Clip says, name 50 women. Your mama. Bye. They're so sorry. It's super immature of me, but they always like anytime it's funny, like Kingsman said something weird and then I King Clip said something weird. They both have King in their names. I'm pretty sure I mean, I'm pretty sure they're perps, and even if they weren't, I don't care. What you said is weird. I don't want you around. Bye. Um, but yeah, that was pretty immature of me. Sorry about that. This is a YouTuber named Ron Paul Lordy video, also validation about not paying attention to those unknown peoples. Let me go check him out. Ron Paul Lordy. Ron Paul. Could you write that again? I think you made a mistake in the name because I can't find him, and I would like to. I would like to. Um, and very nice teeth. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate the compliment. Happy birthday. How old are you? Thanks, 5'7" Center. PF. I'm 39. 39. I just got it, Tarai. I just understood why you said 39. Thank you. Much appreciated. Sorry that I'm 39. I wish I was 21, save you some money. But I do appreciate the gift. It's really kind of you. And it helps, like in the situation that I'm in, I don't want to make it seem like, oh, woe is me, please help. That's not what I'm here, what I'm here to do. But being gang stalked, as you guys know, it will put you in like a financial shambles. Like it will affect your life and put you in financial shambles. So it does help. It is very much appreciated when you guys are, generous with me. It matters to me, so but at the same time, like I don't want you to like think I want you to like donate. Really, what I want you guys to do is to watch my videos, share, and you know, get something from the things that I'm saying, and communicate, right? Create a community, stick around, help other folks in the comment section, and give give to yourselves and to each other this feeling of community that we've lost because most of my family they either have turned their backs on me or they they effectively think I'm nuts. I mean, this is very effective. This is a very effective program. As soon as you start talking about it, people start to think like, what do you think? You're like the king of England here? Like people have time to spy on you and then create this nefarious plot to make you feel like you're being spied on by repeating things you've said. Who has time for that? And it's just like, no, I fully agree with you, brother. Like, yeah, I don't think I'm special. I don't understand it more than you do. Um, But of course, when you think about the fact that most of it is being run by AI and that there's actually a lot of money to be made within the program, you think, oh no, these people are not doing it because I'm special. They're doing it for money, you know? Anyways, brother, you can try to find why you always ignore the perp. You can try to find why you always ignore the perp. Oh, you mean you want me to put that in the search engine? It's a 10 years ago video. Okay. Why you always ignore the perp? I think that's what you meant. Hopefully I'll be able to find him. Psycho Secret? No. Psych to go. I think I can't find him. Sorry, I can't find him. Can't find him. But I'd like to. Sorry. I'm literally nobody, but I'm genuinely a good person. And most of us are good people, you know. Like I'm not gonna say that every single targeted individual is a good person because I have seen some targeted individuals, or I have heard of some targeted individuals that I was just like, I don't know about that. Um, and I have heard that a certain a certain Mr. named Jeffrey who was in prison and did or did not unalive himself was also targeted. If you read the files, you'll find out that they used V2K on him and they were targeting him while he was in there. Uh, that guy's not a good person, right? We can agree on that. Um, so not all of us targeted individuals are good people, but I do think that most of us are good people and most of us, do not belong on a counter. I don't know if I can say that word. A watch list. A watch list. Most of us do not belong on a watch list, right? C Stay, if you send a link, you're gonna have to do it in like the comment section of another video or something like that, or like through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, because you can't put a link in the chat. It's just not gonna show up. And it won't even tell you that it's not showing up, but I won't see it. So you gotta go through a different means to send a link. Yeah, definitely not. No, he's not a good person. As a matter of fact, he's pretty as bad as they come. My 7 and 8 year old are also being targeted because I am. Yeah, I keep hearing that. I'm so sorry, Sarah. I keep hearing that, from parents that their children are also targeted. That's really horrible. Um, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to bring myself down when I think about children being targeted. Being targeted, I'm always like, but there should be a limit, though, right? But then, I think to myself, this is a criminal enterprise. This is the criminal division of the government. There is no limit. They dropped, you know, bombs on their own people. They destroyed Black Wall Street by dropping bombs on their own citizens. They destroyed a neighborhood in Philadelphia because they were trying to get at um, not Black Panthers, but kind of like Black Panthers. You know, like this is their MO. This is their modus operandi. It's what they do. It's what they've always done. It just so happens that when it happens here, it's under wraps and you don't hear about it, even though the information is out there. You tell people like, oh, the U.S. government dropped, you know, I don't know if I can say that word, explosives on their own citizens. You tell people that and they would just be like, no, they would never do that. And then you just say, oh no, they did it more than once. And you're just like, no, they would never do that. And I'm like, no, no, they did it way more than once on their own citizens. Um, I just named two events: Black Wall Street, Philadelphia, and Philadelphia was like in the 70s. I think 70s or 80s. Like it wasn't even that long ago. So Black Wall Street was a little longer ago, but I mean my grandparents were born, you know? Anyways, my kids are absolutely the sweetest and they lost their father this year. You'd think that it'd be enough. Ah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Sarah. It's an evil world we live in. It truly is. It's an evil world we live in. You know, these sometimes I sometimes I have a really hard time accepting that this is us. This is who we are. These people, these monsters, they're the same species as us. Sometimes I really have a hard time accepting that fact. You know? It's shocking, it's devastating. I was telling that to my wife actually. I was saying to her that much of the experience of being gang stalked revolves around shame, around shaming the target. The only shame I feel, the only shame I feel is that we are the same species, us and the target. The no, sorry, the perps, the gang stalkers, the handlers. We're of the same species. The only shame I feel is that I share DNA with some of my abusers. That's the only shame that I feel. We continue to pray and know that our amazing God will keep our little ones safe. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Tuesday. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Much appreciated. Deepest condolences for your children. Yeah. What's up, big dog? Check in. What's up? No surrender. No surrender, no retreat. Thank you for being here. Corina Torres. Best wishes for your birthday. Thank you, Corina. Corina, I've been seeing the comments you've posted. Let me just check. There was a comment that really uh, got my attention. I can't find it. It was recent too. I'll find it. I'll find it. Sorry. But you had wrote a comment. You had written a comment. You had written a comment on one of my videos that really grabbed my attention. And I think you were asking a question, and I'm not sure if I answered it. And now I can't. Oh, there. Wait. I love to sit on my patio late evenings and enjoy the quiet, drinking my tea, and they sensitized me to a rumbling truck as soon as I would sit. Oh, it's a long one. Sorry, I can't read the whole thing. Hopefully something is being done soon. These stalkers belong in the mental ward. Yeah, I agree. I think, Karina, I think that a lot of people fail to understand the gravity, the magnitude of the dysfunction going on in someone's brain when they believe that they can spy on someone or stalk someone. And you know, words may convince you to join their side, or money, or threats. But if you had a true understanding of the gravity of the dysfunction and also a description, an understanding of the dysfunction that is going on in a stalker's mind, you would never join their teams. Never. That is a villain. A stalker is a villain, like a movie villain, you know? You've been warned. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Karina. He was the narcissist, and it's his friend that is continuing the abuse he was causing. Whoa. So the father of your children was a narcissist, and his friend is the one that is continuing the bullying of your children? Jesus. Well, birds of a feather flock together, as they say, right? Happy birthday. Wish you all the best. Thank you, Danielle. Daniel. Sorry, Daniel. Much appreciated. Sorry, I was using mobile version of my YouTube. That's why. Ah, it's your birthday? Yes, it is my birthday. No surrender. It actually, it is. My birthday is March 14th. It is 1 in the morning, so it is my birthday. Thank you, read Ephesians. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Ephesians 6:1-2. Ephesians 6:12. For our struggle is not again. This is actually a really good one. I like your username, and this is one of my favorite passages in the Bible. I did not know that it was Ephesians 6:12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the power of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. I like that. You know, my my channel has always been about narcissism since its inception, since its start. And I always say that narcissism is the scientific word for evil. And that the best way to fight or to combat, rather, narcissism or narcissists is to understand that you're not fighting against them and they're not fighting against you. It is the spirit within them, the spirit of Jezebel, the evil spirits within them that is fighting the light within you. And understanding that by playing their games, arguing with them, getting into fights with them, the only thing you're going to succeed in doing is tainting your own light, diminishing your own light. The darkness absorbs the light, you know? You just have to stay away from these people. Avoid them at all costs. Do not cast your precious stones before swine. The saying that Dr. Ross Rosenberg says often is, do not wrestle in the mud with pigs, because only two things will happen. One, they will enjoy it. And two, you're going to get dirty. So, yes, he died during a relapse, and the best friend promptly blamed me for his death. Of course he would, right? Blame shifting is their thing. It's not the fact that he's a grown adult who made bad decisions that took his life away. No, it's you, somehow. Happy birthday. Thank you, No Surrender. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Happy birthday. Thank you, Clevo. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Hey, where's Toussaint Joseph? I want to talk to Toussaint Joseph. If you're still here, are you Haitian? I mean, I'm asking you if you're Haitian, but I know that you're Haitian already, but confirm it for me, please. So good. The Ephesian scripture, yes, the Ephesian scripture is a really good one. Thank you for your username. Sorry, my dog is drinking water. Thank you for your username. It's a really good passage. It's a very good passage. Leviathan. Yeah. Demons. Spirit of demons. 100%. Envy. Greed. Jealousy. I think Leviathan is a spirit of jealousy. Separation. Just affordable. Separate people. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So the Leviathan spirit is described in spiritual warfare teachings as a formidable demonic principality embodying pride, confusion, and division, specifically aiming to separate people, break marriages, and disrupt churches. We are indeed, in fact, dealing with the spirit of Leviathan, without a doubt. Self-righteousness, arrogance, superiority, right? Don't they feel superior to us in how they treat us, how they feel we deserve to be treated? I mean, these you have to think these people sleep at night, right? The only way for you to do something like what they're doing and sleep at night is to think that you are in your right to do so. You are in your right to torture and slow unalive a fellow human being, a family member sometimes. Leviathan indeed. C-Stay, if you sent the link, like I said, I can't see it. I can't see it. You can't send links in the chat. You're gonna have to put it in like the comment section of a different video or something like that, because it's not gonna show up in the chat. I'm sorry. I pushed a grown man to smoke drugs while saving our kids from him. I did not take that blame shift. Yeah, you have no blame to take at all for the actions of grown people. None. Zero. Zilch. You know. Your dog is very thirsty. Apparently, so am I, right? Sorry about the noise. After that, there is a video titled "Name Why You Always Ignore the V2K Perp." It is my birthday, the one. 3/14, Pi Day. Pi Day is my birthday. Me and my twin brother. Happy birthday, the one. Happy birthday. Why you always ignore the V2K perp. Hopefully, there we go. Ron Paul or die. You know, I agree with what he's saying with that username, Ron Paul or die. You guys should have really voted in Ron Paul. He was a libertarian. I mean, that guy is wearing a Trump hat, though. But it was 10 years ago. Maybe he was fooled. Seeing that the last video he posted was 3 years ago. So he more than likely stopped posting videos. I hope he's doing good. Anyways, Pi Day, happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday to you as well, bro. I hope you're having a good one. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope good things only happen to you on this day. I hope it's a memorable one. All right, man. C-Stay, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check out your comment. See if I can watch that video. I think I can't see your comment just yet in my notifications. I'm gonna go check it out I'm gonna go on my channel. It always feels weird to go on my own channel. Watch my own videos. Newest. Yeah, I can't see your comment just yet. But I'm sure the notification will show up. Exactly, my friend has kids of his own, which boggles my mind. Yeah, people who have no empathy are always confusing to people who have empathy, because you're always like, well, don't you want to treat people how you'd want to be treated? Doesn't that come naturally to you? And to some people, it really doesn't, which is why it was written which is why God had to write it in a book and remind everyone, like, hey, remember, if you wouldn't like it done to you, don't do it to other people. And then people forget, or they make excuses, they make reasons why it's okay when they do it, but it's not okay when you do it to them. It's so strange. Somebody's in the chat saying, stop lying and go to bed, bro. Stop lying, it's too late. Stop lying, it's too late. I'm gonna block you, first of all, to begin, right? Let's start the conversation here. I find it so strange. And I think the reason why I find it strange is because I have just come to find out that most of the people who participate in your gang stalking, the perps, they're paid. Because at first I was just like, don't you have anything else to do? But in their mind, they're like, I'm making money doing something I love, which is annoying people or like bullying strangers online. I'm getting paid for this. And then, it makes sense because when I get people in my videos who say things like, and you guys may not see them because I always delete it, but when I get people who comment things like you're a fake TI, and you pretend your page was not even about that, and now you're talking like you just come out started talking about this. I'm just like, who the hell would pretend to be a TI? Who the hell would affect their reputations with everyone they know? I mean, like I said, my family are either in on it or they effectively think I'm nuts. Like they really think, well, Kevin has lost it, you know? Like I don't know how to help him. Who would do that? And for what? For like YouTube coins, for attention? I mean, I constantly say it, exposing this secret intelligence agency operation. They put a lot of money and time into it, and I'm exposing it and weakening it. I'm putting my life at risk by doing what I do. Every single person, and I'm not special, every single person who speaks up and shows their faces to expose this program is putting their lives at risk. Forget their reputation, their lives at risk. You think I would put my life at risk for attention? I happen to love my life. I happen to really enjoy being alive. I like breathing. It's nice. I, I would rather be doing anything but this. I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do. And sometimes doing the right thing is not comfortable and it's not what you want to do, but it's what you have to do. Yeah, so I'm doing it. And I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you for the work you put in your videos. Your voice is very pleasant to listen to. Thank you. Thank you, Karina. That's very nice. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Happy birthday. We need strong. We need to be strong IMTI from Russia. From Russia? Wow. Did you know that Zersetzung that was happening in East Germany, it was the Soviets doing it. It was basically Russia, but it was the KGB that sort of perfected the program of Zersetzung, and then of course it was brought into American intelligence, and then you got COINTELPRO, you've got MK Ultra, and MK Ultra actually was born of, it's what they say, right? Could you stop? I guess not. MK Ultra was actually born, apparently, I don't believe that, but it was born of the fear, the American fear that the Soviet Union had invented a program to control brains. Actually, now that I think about it, I do believe that. I just listened to an episode, a podcast with Dr. Eric Karlstrom, where he was talking about a lot of things. You guys should Google, well, research in the YouTube search tab, Dr. Eric Karlstrom, Karlstrom with a K, Eric with a C, Gross. Uh, he actually has a lot of info about this program. But yeah, now that I think about it, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, they probably developed, because these technologies that we're getting, this 5G, 6G, all of that, like you have to figure before they give it to us, they're like 30 years ahead, you know? All this stuff existed before. It was just military technology that we've never seen or heard of. I mean, you got to figure like the people in the military who were aware of like the internet existing and weren't telling anyone about it, and no one knew for so many years, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, here's the internet, you know. Even Facebook. Facebook is a military technology. You watch the movie and you think, oh, Facebook, it's social media that was invented so people could, so that Harvard students or whatever school, I think it was Harvard, but whatever school could like communicate through each other and date each other or whatever. No, it's a military tech, like it's military tech. Anyways, I don't mean to speak ill of Russia, by the way, uh, at all. I have nothing against Russia. I think Russia is actually a beautiful place, and my second girlfriend was Russian, so her name was I'm not gonna say her first name, but her last name was Brailovsky. Very nice lady. He is a godfather, my daughter's godfather. It's insane. Yeah, that's really sad. That's really sad. The people who will turn on you, how close the people who turn on you are to you, that's really mind-boggling. You know, when you have like an uncle, a cousin, a brother, a sister, a mother, a son, a daughter, a father that turns on you, it is mind-boggling that these people who are so close to you would join in this operation against you. And sometimes they don't fully know what they're doing, but sometimes they really do, and they don't care. They're just like, I sold you out for a check. You would have sold me out too. And you're just like, no, I wouldn't have. And, obviously they don't believe that. I don't tell anyone, which makes this huge gap between me and anyone. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't talk about it to anyone who doesn't want to hear about it, but I'll post, like, if you look on my Facebook page, it's bad. Like, if you don't believe in gang stalking and you look on my Facebook page, you'll think I'm crazy. I post, it's bad. It's bad. It's been a long journey. I have been attacked from everyone in every direction in the same period of time. I have watched your episodes, exactly the same things happened. 2019, 2025 plus 4 kill attempts. Oof. The one. I'm glad you're still here with us. You have a purpose. That's what it means. It means you have a purpose. You have something, you know, divine intervention that has been done on your life. You have something that you need to do here. Tiffany, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the birthday hat. Much appreciated. That's really nice. Look at me smile. I feel like a child. Thank you, Tiffany. Much appreciated. You and Rihanna all have Venus and Aries. Rikia. Who's Rikia Jackson? Had the situation with the football player rammed her car head on, and Rihanna's situation. Who's Rikia? Well, I should research that. I'm in front of a computer. I'm asking him when I could just look it up. Rikia Jackson. Huh? What happened to her? Oh, this man is crazy. Still doesn't feel safe. Whoa. Oh, she was being harassed by a football player. A Falcons pl Man. Oh, that's crazy. I did see what happened to Rihanna. I told my wife about that, and she was like, "Oh, that was a long time ago, right?" I was like, "No, it was 2 days ago." She was like, "What? Somebody tried to unalive Rihanna?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I told her about like, oh, she was hearing voices, and you know, it does look like I can't believe my wife believes everything I'm going through. Like I showed her the messages that my cousin sent me, and she kind of got mad. She was like, like you hear about the elites kidnapping, unaliving, and eating infants, but you won't believe that they're like doing all this crazy stuff." And I'm just like, baby, this is beyond her comprehension. This is beyond her, something that she can fathom. She doesn't mean like she means well. She's not doing this like she's not saying these things like telling me that I should get checked to irritate me. She's doing it out of, you know, care, compassion. But yeah, my wife is she's my ride or die. I love her. Love her very much. Hey, Harriet, how's it going? How are you? Oh, so you're not in Ghana. You're in the UK. You're Ghanaian. The first time I met a Ghanaian man, his name was Kwame. The second man I met who was Ghanaian, his name was also Kwame. And then I met his brother. No, his cousin, Kwajwo, and then Kwabena, Kwasi, and then uh, some guy named Jeffrey, and then Godfrey. And yeah, Ghanaian names are pretty awesome. Apparently the names in Ghana, like Kwame, Kwadwo, Kwabena, Kwasi. Um, I met another. I think his name was Tumba, but he no, he wasn't Ghanaian. Anyways, but the names go with like the days of the week. So like for example, if you're born on a Monday, I'm not sure if it goes with Monday, but like you'll be named Kwame if you're born on a Monday. I think I actually think it's a Saturday, but depending on what day you're born, that'll be your name. So Kwame and Kwame were cousins, and I was just like, isn't that confusing? And they're like, no, and he was like, my dad's name is Kwame. I was like, sounds confusing. Yeah, you guys, Ghana is a beautiful country. I would love to visit Ghana one day. I have a friend who went to Ghana lately. Brother Dunn, I just posted a comment on your newest short video. I hope you can find what I'm trying to say. I'll look for it. I'll look for it. Thank you for speaking up. You speak the truth. Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy birthday. Thank you, PC Gamer. Much appreciated. Did you think gang stalking is a form of MK Ultra? I think gang stalking has much more to do with COINTELPRO than MK Ultra, but I think it's a bit of both, you know? Um, Sorry, just one second. One second. There we go. I think it's a bit of both, COINTELPRO and MK Ultra, because MK Ultra had V2K, and within MK Ultra they would tie down patients and have cassette play a repetitive message all night long for hours and hours and hours, which is pretty much. Sorry, just one second. Sorry about that. Which is pretty much what V2K is, right? So I call it V2K before V2K. They would um, have this sort of hypnotherapy where they would play messages like "You're selfish, you're selfish, you're so selfish, you're selfish," or things like you deserve love, you deserve love, you deserve love, right? And obviously, when it comes to V2K these days, it's not. There's never anything positive, or at least not that I've heard of. There probably is. There probably is some positive messages because you got to figure if the point is to manipulate you, they're going to give you the carrot and the stick, and they can't just say negative things to you all day long. You'll just be like, you know, I'm not listening to you. But yeah, the answer to your question is yes. Sorry. Thank you again, Tiffany. Much appreciated. I love the party hat. Thank you, Giraffe, as well. Giraffe 1107. Thank you for the lucky clover. Very much appreciated. You're welcome. You have a nice smile. Thank you. Thank you. Don't compliment me too much. My wife will get at you. I very much appreciate the party hat. It's super nice of you. Thank you. You guys are making me feel special on my birthday. I wanted to spend my birthday with my family, but it's a no-go. I'll see them at the next funeral, but I'm gonna spend it with my wife's family. They're aware of what's going on with me, and they haven't turned on me yet. Hopefully, they never will. So I'm gonna spend time with them. My own husband turned on me, totally let me down, and is not supporting me. He doesn't even want to look at evidence videos. This hurts me the most because I have always supported him. God bless your wife that she's supporting you through this. Thank you very much, first of all. Um, I'm sorry this is happening to you. I think, man, I don't want to say too much about what I think, because I don't want to have a spirit of Leviathan, of separation. I think that I think that in a relationship one should be supportive of the other. I think you deserve a supportive partner. That's all I'm going to say. I think you deserve a supportive partner. I don't know how I would react if my wife didn't believe me. Though I told her before we got married, I think maybe I would have let her go, let her find someone else if she didn't believe me and if she didn't want to deal with someone who's dealing with all of that. Maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know. I don't know. I think you deserve a partner who supports you. Do you? I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry you're going through that. I would say I'm trying to find some the right words to tell you what I'm trying to tell you. I would say whoever you're not getting support from, stop focusing on them. Stop trying to get them to support you. Get your support from whoever does support you. Even if it's like some stranger online, right? um, you know, in the situation you're going through, you need mental support. And dealing with people who don't believe you is going to hurt you. But what really is going to hurt you is, much like the Buddhists say, it's not, uh, you know, the what really hurts us is not being able to get the things we want. Wanting something you can't get is what is hurting you.
Dang, girl.
Um, sorry, not being able to get what we want is what hurts us. So I would say if you can't get something, I would stop wanting it. I used to want my cousin, who's also like pretty much, you know, my best friend. I used to want him to believe me. And for months, I would pester him, send him articles after articles about gang stalking, trying to get him to believe me. And I got him to the point where he believed that it does happen. He just doesn't believe it's happening to me. But eventually I just let it go. I heard enough people say what I'm saying to you right now, which is stop trying to convince people to believe you. Stop trying to convince people to support you. What you're talking about is unbelievable. I do think that I do think your husband should listen to you at the very least. But even then, maybe he's not a bad husband. I mean, I don't sorry, I'm reading. Yeah, maybe your husband, Karina, maybe your husband is not a bad husband. Um, maybe he's a good man. Maybe he does he checks all the boxes of what a good husband is. He just has a hard time believing that. And perhaps what he needs is patience and grace. And if it's something that's really important to you, maybe try him again. But just understand that what's hurting you is wanting it, wanting something you can't have. I believe you, Karina. I believe you. I spent years taking care of my grandmother by myself. Right after she passed, my entire family turned against me, illegally evicted me from her house, one I'd lived in practically my entire life. Now none of them even speak to me, disown myself and my three daughters. Very sad. Tiffany, that is a story I hear often. Families breaking up after a grandparent passes away and then fighting over the inheritance. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. One thing about gang stalking that's really a positive thing is it reveals the demons within your family. And aren't you glad that you know now that these people have demons in them? Imagine if you would have gotten close to them, as in, build a business with them or bought property with them, only to find out that these people have that in them, to screw you over, to discard you as if you were trash, their own family, their own blood. Isn't it a blessing to know, oh, they have they have demons in them. Thank you for showing me, for letting me know. I believe you. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna stay away from you now. If a man wants peace, he must choose peace. It's it's a blessing in disguise, isn't it? I hope you're in a good situation now with your children. Hey, thank you, Nicole. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Much appreciated. I don't know what about my purpose, but all I know in correct time, God will show the way. All I know, God didn't let things happen. Now I know. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. I believe that. Been struggling with homelessness and what comes with that ever since. Finding someone who isn't equal is very hard these days. Yeah. Yeah. Dating. Oh my God. Oh, what a nightmare. Dating is only fun if you accept the fact that most of it is going to be bad. Most people you meet are not going to be what you're looking for. Most people you meet are going to be really horrible. When you accept that, then you can sort of go into dating and have a good time. Uh, for now, I would just say, I hope you can find stability. Stability. I pray for that for you. I hope go eat my lunch already. Happy birthday again. Thank you. Grateful to find your channel helping up the TI community stay strong. Thank you, C Stay. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. They don't bother her. My wife, they started. I mean, we haven't been married very long. It's been like a year and some change. But they've already started. One of my friends who owns a pet shop. Well, relax then. Sorry. One of my friends who owns a pet shop said that one of her clients came in and was accusing me and my wife of committing crimes. And, she told me I kicked her out of my pet shop. She's not allowed it anymore. Which I was like, thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you telling me as well. But I do believe that they're starting to do um, reputation destruction with my wife. And I've warned her. I told her, like, be careful about what you say about people, because much of my gang stalking, much of my family that turned on me is due to things I said about them when I was home alone, or when I was talking to a friend of mine, or my cousin, my favorite cousin, and it got brought back to them. And I don't know if they like blew it up and made it seem much worse than what it actually was, or if they like said verbatim what I said about them and just showed them verbatim what I said about them. But that's how they turned on me. And I'll tell her, like, be careful about the things you say. I know you don't talk about anybody, but just like, let's say you have a fight with your brother. It happens. You have a fight with your brother and you say some harsh truths about him to me or to your friend. This can and will be used against you in the future in order to put a rift in between you. Now, her siblings, they know about what I've been going through. I don't know if they believe me, and I don't, it doesn't matter. But hopefully it will be an instrument in not allowing them, the gang stalkers, sorry, to uh, break up her family, break up her relationships with her family, And yeah, I hope they don't go I hope they don't do anything to my wife. But my wife is a strong person. My wife is she's a strong person, you know. She will handle it gracefully like a queen. I trust that. I should have been killed. That's Shirley. I don't believe Lux anymore. Thank you for all your videos. You got it. You got it. Now I know I wasn't alone and things I understood a lot from your videos. Thank you for clear info. What was happening to me? Hey, that's what I do it for. I do it to, to help people. I do this mostly for people who are going through it but don't even know what it is quite, you know? Which is why I have like a series of videos where I explain the abuse tactics, just so that people will hear it and be like, "Wait, that sounds like something that's happening to me." Because that's what happened to me. I started I started hearing someone talk about gang stalking, and then I was like, "Huh, sounds like this could be what I'm going through." And then I heard some more, and then I heard the word directed conversation, which my gang stalking is has mostly been directed conversation. People in my life saying things about my private life, things they should not know. Like there's no way they should know it. And when I researched directed conversation, it just all this weight that had been on me for years, just I'm not alone. So that this is what I try to provide for others, for targeted individuals on a daily basis, every day, is validation, just reminders. You're not alone. You're not crazy. Um, and you're not a bad person. Don't let them shame you. Don't let them fill you with shame, because they are privy to your sin, but you're not privy to theirs, aside gang stalking. Don't allow them to dictate how you feel about yourself. That's Satan's game, you know? Um, so yeah, I'm glad I could help you, brother. That's why I watch videos by other targeted individuals because they understand. Yeah, yeah. Hey, if yeah, he puts on his earphones. That's terrible. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Jess and Chemtrail Hater. Much appreciated, guys. Wishing me many more. I wish myself many more as well. Thank you. Uh, you know, if he doesn't want to hear it, he doesn't want to hear it. I wouldn't say like, "Oh, your husband is a bad person," but none of that, right? This is very hard to believe. My twin brother came to me and talked to me about this stuff. I didn't believe him, and I was going through it. Anyways, it just didn't get bad enough to the point where it was like, okay, this is too obvious now. I can't deny it anymore. Um, and now that I'm going through it and I've realized what gang stalking is, and I tell him about gang stalking, he doesn't believe me. He's like, no, no, it's something else, and I'm just like, no problem. And he doesn't want to hear it anyways. But yeah, he doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to hear about my troubles or whatever. And he's my twin brother. And at first it hurt. Well, it hurt for like a day, and then I said mean things about him to myself, and I got over it. But I stopped seeking. This is something this is here's a very important lesson about gang stalking, narcissism, and dealing with it, and dealing with people who don't believe you, or who don't support you. When it comes to dealing with narcissists, oftentimes the issue we have in our relationship with them is that they don't have empathy, and we try to get them to have empathy. Sorry about the lights. We try to get them to have. That's my internet that went out. Sorry about that. We try to get them to have empathy, but they don't. Right now, the pain we feel is from constantly trying to get them to have empathy, but they don't have it. Now, um, when it comes to getting people to believe us, and they don't believe us, and it hurts us that they don't believe us, because, well, it's important to me. You're my partner. You're my brother. You're my sister. You're my parent. You should believe me, or you should at least listen to me, right? I'm here in pain. Don't you care? And then they just go, I can't, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any of it, right? The first thing you have to realize is that the information you're giving them it feels dangerous. Subconsciously, it feels dangerous to them because it's like if I accept what you're saying is true, my whole life is not what I thought it was. It means too much. This is this is eroding or completely destroying my sense of safety, my feeling of security. So I'm fighting it, but I'm fighting you. And I'm not realizing I'm fighting you. I'm fighting it. The second thing is by going to narcissists and asking for empathy, or going to people who are not going through this and asking them for empathy or to believe you or just to listen. It's like going to McDonald's and ordering hot dogs and then getting mad that they're not serving you hot dogs. They don't have hot dogs. If you want a hot dog and you're in a McDonald's, what should you do? Go somewhere where they sell hot dogs, right? I mean, it sounds stupid when I say it, but if you want a glizzy, you go somewhere where they sell glizzies, right? So yeah, I would just say if you're unable to get support from them now, then go get it where you can. Maybe one day they turn around. Maybe the relationship is not salvageable. Only you know that. Um, you know, I know for a fact, like, when it comes to my brother, like, we'll never be able to be close, you know, in the way that I want to be because he's, if you're not willing to hear me out, if in for any reason, if you're not willing to hear me out, then I'm not gonna give you what you're not giving me, you know. So even if I want to, just out of respect for myself, but if the relationship I had with my brother was a positive one, and the only thing is he doesn't want to hear that, he doesn't want to hear about that, then I would just fulfill that need somewhere else, you know. If you're not gonna listen to me about gang stalking, I'll just talk to somebody else who's willing to hear me out, or who's going through it with me, who's going through it as well. So harsh on your husband if he's a good man. Only you know that. Just give him time, give him grace, and look for your validation elsewhere. I hope this helps. God revealed to us 100%. Oh, I'm far behind. Sorry, guys. I ramble. I can't even stay too long. I have to go. I had a feeling it would happen. However, you never want to believe what your gut tries to tell you. I thank God every day for the knowledge of who I can trust. Yes, yes. It's a blessing. It truly is. It's a blessing. I always find it easier to lean on people outside my family more than blood. Same. Same. Thank you for the birthday wish, Helena Mulder. Thank you. How do I get help? Online? I mean, if you're asking like for like legal help, it's not happening. Don't go to the police. You know, useless. Useless. Help yourself. Focus on what you can control. It sounds stupid, but focus on what you can control. Don't panic, don't react, and just give it time. You'll settle. I'm completely off dating for good, I'm pretty sure. It's almost impossible without gang stalking involved. I believe that. I believe that. That has to be tough. Dating as a woman while being gang stalked? As a woman? Ay, ay, ay. Mostly they're honeypots. Yeah, exactly. For a woman, dating is harder for men in general than it is for women, but while being gang stalked, it's much harder for women because there are much more men who are willing to participate in this kind of stuff and lie to you than there are women who are willing to like sleep with you and lie to you and be honeypots. It's like not that there aren't, it's just not the same. Happy Earth Day. Thank you. Thank you, the upsetting upsetter. Great name. Thank God you have her. Thank God I have her indeed. Do you believe in the chosen one theory? It depends what you mean. It depends what you mean. I never use the term chosen one. I'm not sure what you mean. Beware the honeypots. Yeah. I'm not even trying because they're already coming at me constantly. This video has helped the most. I'm glad to hear it. I'm here for you, Karina. I'm never gonna stop making these videos. Even after they stop the gang stalking program. If they stop the gang stalking program. When they stop the gang stalking program, I'm never gonna stop. I will expose this forever. That's the type of energy I'm on. There are different levels of severity to gang stalking. Don't waste your effort trying to convince them. Indeed. I know, though, that some people have been turned to cooperate with the gang stalkers due to their responses and how they are acting. Yeah, yeah. There are some people that when I talk to them, the way that they respond, to me, I know for a fact, they got to him. They got to him. Instead of saying like, oh, I'm worried about you and, maybe you should, see someone. I'm like, oh, that's very kind. I appreciate your concern. But when someone tells me like, oh, it's just me, the whole family, we're talking about you and, we're thinking about, doing an intervention, whatever. It's just like, okay. All right. You're plotting. You have energy to put like we never have conversations, but you have energy to put into doing an intervention on me. Anyway, hey, thanks for the birthday wishes, Alejandra. Thank you very much. Thank you, Georgia, as well. Happy natal day. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Much love from Mexico. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. LOL to the hot dog example. Yeah, it's a strange example, but it is true. If you're going to McDonald's asking for hot dogs, metaphorically, if you're going to someone asking for empathy but they don't have it, or if you're going to someone asking you to believe you, or to have an open mind about what you're saying, but they don't have an open mind, you know, you have to stop blaming them. You just have to stop going to them for what it is that you're asking once you realize they don't have it. They don't have it. It's like it's fine. You don't have it, and I don't. We don't judge. I get it. I'll go somewhere else. That's the attitude that I started having when it comes to dating as well. Um, I was looking for somebody who would be empathetic, who would be accountable, and when I met someone who wasn't, I didn't argue with them. I didn't plead with them. I just went, oh, well, thank you for revealing yourself and goodbye. And there's a lot of girls that I dated that were just like, oh, so you're just gonna end it like this? You're not even gonna fight for us? You're gonna try? I'm like, no, 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 thanks. If I keep room for you, you know, uh, um, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm missing out on people that are um, going to fit what I'm looking for, that are going to offer me what I'm offering them as well. I'm not willing to enter into a relationship where, I'm giving all the empathy and I'm giving all the care and, I'm receiving very little or none of it or, a constantly decreasing amount. No thanks. If it wasn't for the way I operate, which is I just move on very quickly once I realize that you're not going to once I realize you're not the person I want in my life, I move on very quickly. If it wasn't for that kind of attitude, then I wouldn't have found my wife, who lived like 10 minutes away from me for years. Years. And anyways, God's timing, huh? God's timing. Some targeted individuals say that they are targeted because they are chosen ones, and it's a spiritual warfare to stop them from spreading their light. It's possible. I'll be honest with you, I don't think about these things. I don't think about myself as a chosen one. I don't think about it that way. Um, but maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. Maybe the facts are that, we are chosen ones by God, and that's what attracts these demons to attack us. Maybe. I just don't see it that way. I don't know. I just see it as evil people attack, and the evil people will join evil people, and then they attack the others. That's us. you know? WTF, am I the main character? Sean, the main character of what? Your life? I would hope so. I was social engineered by informants, then they attempted to paint me a certain way. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me. For 17 years, I've been provoked, poked, sabotaged, ruined, abused, bullied, unbeknownst to me, in organized fashion. And then, every time I would react, any anytime I gave into anger, they just used that against me to get people to turn on me. I'm not saying that what I did is not bad. Is not bad. It was the times I reacted in anger, you know, but I take responsibility for for my actions. I don't take responsibility for their actions. You know, they knew what they were doing, and now I know. For a long time I thought to myself like I'm a horrible person. How could I give into anger like that? Blah blah blah. I mean, but after hearing everybody's stories and seeing their, understanding their tactics, reactive abuse is really exactly, you know, it's like I understand that, yeah, I gave in to reactive abuse, but that's not me. This is a version of me that has been tortured for 2 decades. I think this person deserves grace and mercy. Don't you? And obviously, the people that are, participating in my abuse, they don't know that I'm being tortured. And even if I told them, they wouldn't believe them. They wouldn't believe it. Even if I told them like, hey, look, the person who has been spying on me and gave you information on me, they haven't just been spying on me. They've been torturing me. They've been destroying my life, from the inside out. They've been completely, targeting me, bullying me. They've been relentless, merciless for 20 years. I've been basically at war with secret intelligence agencies, unbeknownst to me, psychological warfare, unbeknownst to me, for decades. You know? Anyways, I take no, I hold no shame about what I did. I learned my lesson. I become a better person, but I'm not going to hold any type of shame. The shame belongs to the people that have targeted me for no reason, other than I offended some dude on the internet who has, you know, a microphallus, basically. Yeah, the equivalent of a microphallus when it comes to his ego. It's just like, say what you want about me, judge me however you want. I know who I am. I am a great guy. And I don't need to convince anyone of it. I don't need to convince myself of it. You know. And bad people never think they're bad people. I was actually convinced for a short time that I'm a bad person until I started to understand what was happening, that this was the plan all along, you know? So never again. Never again. I know who's evil and I know who's not evil. You know, whoever has been spying on the other person, targeting them, bullying them, sabotaging them for 2 decades, you're the evil one. If you sabotage someone and you stop them from earning a living and they turn to selling street pharmaceuticals, Are they a bad person? Or are you a bad person for leading them, funneling them towards that path to survive? You put people in survival mode and then you judge them for how they behave in survival mode. That is a trick of the devil. Satan does that. I'm just saying. No one deserves to be gang stalked. No one. No one. I think some people deserve to be unalived. Like if you hurt children, you know, you should be unalived, not gang stalked. This is this is too much. This is crazy. This is crazy. And it doesn't just like corrupt the person going through it. It corrupts the people who are doing it. When you stare into the abyss stares back at you. I've actually seen from the gang stalker side some of the secret technology and tactics they use. They were trying to recruit. I can pass a polygraph and have shared tactics trying to help others. I believe you. I believe you. Harriet. Happy birthday. I pray God continues to guide and protect you. Thank you very much, Harriet. Thank you so much. Thank you. They attempt to put you in a mental competition. It's very slick behavior. Yeah. Diabolical. They are envious of you. When you are a good person, you become a mirror of their darkness. I believe that. You know, it's the same thing as when you're in a relationship with a narcissist. All these qualities that attracted them to you, eventually they become jealous of and they start hating you for it because they felt that if they got close to you, they would be able to take these qualities for themselves. Once they see that they're unable to do that, they start to hate you for it. And they feel like you're faking it. They feel like the goodness in you is fake because the goodness in them is fake, you know? And to you it seems so natural. And they don't understand why. Why does it seem so natural to you to be such a good person? When I do it because I'm trying to swindle someone. I do it because I'm trying to trick someone. I'm doing it because I'm trying to trap someone. You just have goodness in your heart. Why don't I? Give it to me. That's how they operate. They might not put it in these words, but it's how they operate. Demons. It is a very thorough and complicated plan where the people they actually get to commit crimes themselves. They do this in case the person they turned wants to be honest with you. I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree. And usually these kind of things, you know, these attempts on your life, these things like that, oftentimes it's gonna come from someone you know. It won't be a stranger. It'll be someone you know, and they're doing it for money. They're doing it, you know, in order to save themselves. TV show Stranger Things shows MK Ultra and shows the spirit realm. Yeah, you know, I don't watch horror. I can't do horror. I will never understand people who watch horror, but I'm not judging you though. But the two series that I watched that were horror were Stranger Things, though I only watched season one, and then I was like, I can't do this. And The Walking Dead. You know, once they got rid of Glenn, I stopped watching. I was like, okay, this is boring. Anyway, I hear it's still going. Like it's not even over. Anyways, sorry. But yeah, the TV show Stranger Things does touch on MK Ultra. It was happening in prisons, it was happening in mental institutes. It was, you know, people were being, you know, kidnapped. Um, People would send their family members to mental hospitals for like small things or things that were deemed by society to be issues like being LGBT, and then you end up in this place where they're torturing you. You come out, you don't even remember who you are, who your family is, you know. And Most of it was happening here where I live in my city. Isn't that crazy? Dr. Ewan Cameron. Apparently, he passed away in a on a ski trip with his son, and I told that to another targeted individual who has a lot of info on gang stalking and runs a page as well. Has been for a really long time actually, and he told me, "Yeah, I hear he hasn't even passed away. He's in hiding." But yeah, they would do shock treatment, electroshock treatment. They would feed LSD to their patients unbeknownst to them, like massive amounts of LSD. They would play messages all day long. Sensory deprivation, things of that nature. I mean, it was just pure torture, evil stuff, you know? At one point, there was a doctor who was in contact with the CIA because this was a CIA operation, and he was saying, "I've gone as far as I can without risking unaliving the patient." And then the CIA responded, "What would we have to offer you to continue the operation?" And he said, "Oh, I'll do it for free. I was just letting you know that I've gone as far as I can without endangering this patient's life, but I'll do it for free. It's fine." This is how evil these people were. This is a psychiatrist writing to a CIA agent, all while telling the patient that they're doing this treatment to help them. There was one psychiatrist who bragged. He was saying, "I can turn anyone into a serial unaliver." MK Ultra. And this is the important part. Pay attention. This is the important part. The CIA was behind it, but our government, Canadian and US government, they approved the projects. They overlooked the projects and approved it. They sold us out. They sold out the victims of it. Thousands of them. Thousands. Thousands of them. And only like I think it was eight people in the States got financial reparations, and 77 in Canada got financial reparations. The other ones, nothing, because they didn't have enough proof of it. And no one was jailed. No one who participated in it was jailed or had any repercussion. None of them were held accountable. And it's hard to hold them accountable when you okayed the operation, because you would have to hold yourself accountable too, as the government. Anyways, thank you, Bible Mind Control. Thanks for the birthday wishes, much appreciated. One of the things they do is get young suckers look like detectives and have them ask questions about you to your neighbors and friends like you are being investigated for a serious crime. Yep. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If you hear the words, "Why are you so nice all the time?" pay attention to that person closely. Yes. Yes. 100%. 100%. Or if you hear someone say, "Why are you always so calm?" you should be worried. You should be worried. It's not a good sign. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're dealing with a narcissist, but it's not a good sign. Like, not just if someone is saying like, "Why are you always so calm?" but if someone is if someone is angry that you're always so calm, it's worrisome. I can also explain what you should look for in their bugging methods with acoustical devices, as well as how they install software to spy on you. We should talk. That's interesting. We should talk. Shoot me a message. I'm on Facebook. I'm on IG. I'm on TikTok under the same name, The War Against Narcissism. Shoot me a message. I would like to talk to you. The Bible lets us know people were always like this. We just hear more about it now because of the internet and social media. People have always done evil. That's a fact. That is a fact. So if they did that, the government and state would never help you then today. Exactly. Exactly. This is the reason why they don't help us. It's, think about all the people that have gone to the FBI with these stories of being gang stalked. They don't help us because they're in on it. As a matter of fact, when it comes to the FBI, they're the ones doing it. But more important than that, let me tell you a story about the Jeffrey documents. You figure out who I'm talking about, right? The Jeffrey document. The Jeffrey's butler had in 2006, I believe, 2006, had a little list of all of his clients. He went to the FBI and he told them, "Hey, these people, they're running this trafficking ring, and here is their clients." And you can see the interview. It was filmed. I mean, the quality is really bad because it was in 2006, but it's filmed. You could see it. And the FBI agent says, "You have the list?" And he says, "Yes." He says, "I can testify whatever you want. I'll testify to it. I'm telling you, I will do whatever it needs to be done to have these people imprisoned." Nothing came of it. Nothing. Obviously, the butler loses his job and he starts shopping around the list because he realizes after a couple of years, he realizes the FBI is not doing anything with it. So he starts shopping his list around to people who want to buy it, to spread the story, I guess, or to have something on Jeffrey. I don't know. I don't know, right? Doesn't matter. He shouldn't have been able to do that. The FBI should have arrested these people, obviously, right? They didn't. So he's shopping this list around to people, to the highest bidder. The FBI gets word of it. They arrest him. They arrested him for shopping the list of clients around. Instead of taking the list and going, "We're going to arrest them and at the very least investigate," they arrested him. Have you heard that before? Of course you haven't. Didn't make the news. No news outlet is talking about the Jeffrey documents right now. No news outlet is talking about, I mean, mainstream media is not talking about, they're not talking about the Jeffrey documents. No mainstream media is talking about the fact that his butler went to the FBI in 2006, 20 years ago, with the list of clients. And then today, the Jeffrey documents come out and the clients' names are redacted while the victims' names are unredacted. Everyone can see them, everyone can read them. Who are the clients? Why have there been no arrests made? Why do you think? Why do you think? I mean, really think about it. Think about it. They are protecting, and they have been for at least 20 years, at the very least. They have been protecting them, not arresting them for at least 20 years. Why? What do you think? Put it in a chat. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna read your answers. Put it in a chat. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the FBI is not arresting them? Why do you think the FBI arrested the butler? Why do you think the FBI redacted their names but not the names of the victims? Why? Why is that? If they did that, the government and state would never help. Yeah, exactly. Anything with a rectangle symbol is able to be tapped in some way. Rectangle symbol. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand. Anne Victoire. That's Haitian. Are you Haitian? Thank you for the birthday wishes, Anne. Anne, that's like one of the most common names. One of the more common names in my country. Actually, the most popular movie in my country is titled "I Love You, Anne." And if you're Haitian, I'm sure you've heard of it. Uh, sorry. I can tell you how I literally have seen them break into a car and alter installing surveillance tech in a matter of 15 minutes while their family was keeping tabs on the victim. Just, you should message me. I want to talk to you. Also, the available technology makes it possible and so easy for criminals. Yeah, yeah. They also will use tech in the houses and motels. Yeah, they've been doing that for such a long time. Such a long time. Hi, brother, I'm back. Not eight my lunch. Welcome back. Well, I'm leaving soon, though. We should. I don't do social media since they track through that. Well, if you don't message me through social media, then we won't be able to talk. But I'd like to talk to you. And I wouldn't worry about that. They're tracking everything. It doesn't matter how you communicate with me. They'll track it. Just letting you know. Been doing this for a long time. Oh, sorry. Been doing this for a long time. The upgraded tech just made it worse. Yeah, exactly. Michael Jackson was saving kids, not hurting. Michael Jackson had a game on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo where the goal was to save kids. Isn't that funny? The entire game was just about, you know, beating up bad guys and saving children. That was the game. That was the video game. You were just Michael Jackson, doing dance moves on people and, defeating them through dance moves, throwing your hat, throwing like, magic dust, doing spin moves on people, and then saving children. What they did to Michael Jackson is diabolical. Have you experienced getting boils on your skin? I live in a domestic violence transitional housing program and they must be in on it because they get in my apartment and there are cameras. I haven't experienced getting boils on my skin, but I did before have like a big scar on my leg and I thought it was like diabetes scar, like a diabetes wound or something like that. And ever since I moved, it's kind of gone. Like it's going away. I don't know. I don't think it's related though. I also have been threatened in person, face to face by a major gang stalkers claiming I will get crippled off to my family hurt. I could pass a polygraph on my claims. Yeah, I've been threatened to my face before as well. If you look through my shorts, you'll hear about that story, but it was a very old man who did it, and I was just like, à qui tu penses que tu fais peur en ce moment là? Je pense que t'es confus. That example shows exactly who is in on this. Yep. Money, corruption, money, power, greed. The real answer, by the way, guys, is it's because they're in on it. It's because they're the ones doing it. That's why they protect them. That's why they don't help us. It's because they're the ones doing it. It's them. Sorry. Happy birthday. Thank you for your awesome channel. It blesses me immensely. It's comfort to be validated. I appreciate you for this. God bless you. God bless you, divine soul. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. I do this for us. It's America's cooperation, yeah? They're in control of the program. There it is. Sarah Matthews. Boom. Because they're in control of the program. That's why. They're behind it. Ted Gunderson has an affidavit. If you go on stopgangstalking.com or something like that, let me just look up the link. I posted it on my Facebook yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday, a couple hours ago. It's fightgangstalking.com. Oh, my battery's going out. Fightgangstalking.com. Sorry, one second. There's an affidavit from Officer Ted Gunderson, an FBI officer, who basically talks about the program of gang stalking, and he was a victim of it. He was a special agent. He was the chief of the FBI at one point as well. If he says it exists, and he says the FBI are the ones doing it, what more proof do you need? He was a special agent for the bureau in Washington, D.C. He was the head of the LA FBI office. And he says in a sworn affidavit, it's fightgangstalking.com. Go check it out. Hey, thanks, Justice for Chosen. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Sometimes they wait to build a huge trail on them. Yeah. Only thing I can think of. Yeah. Um, I mean, don't get it twisted. You know, the FBI will make arrests, but and some of the victims of these, trafficking rings will attest that oftentimes the FBI will do fake raids and they'll arrest some people and then they'll take over the operation. This is not me talking. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, say no more. Who's Andrew Mountbatten Windsor? I don't know who that is. Sorry. Have a good night and great birthday today. Thank you, Karina. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I'll figure out a way. Moonwalker. Yeah, Moonwalker. Yep. My favorite game when younger. First multiplayer I saw in arcades that and X-Men were only two. Yeah, I don't know if it was multiplayer. I'm not sure it was multiplayer actually. Well, I only had one remote anyways, but yeah, it was a game where he would save children. And I'm wondering the kids that he adopted, where did he get them from? Because they're not his kids, you know? Michael Jackson couldn't have kids. They're not his kids. But where did he get them from? Did he save them? Were they kids that he saved? I wonder. Sometimes they do use nerve agent irritants. Is someone sleeping in your background? I'm sorry, I'm not here. Daishe is my dog. It's meant to mess with the mind and stress. Yeah. It is my dog. The gang stalker even kept tabs on Targeted Justice in person when it was at Rainbow Lounge as well. I saw that. I saw videos of that on Lisa Leg's IG. She was at the rally for Targeted Justice, and they were at the Rainbow Lounge, and there was just a guy standing there, just looking at them, keeping tabs on them. I saw that. Happy birthday! Thank you, Sarah Matthews. Thank you very much. Bill Binney and Catherine Horton. Yes, Catherine Horton on YouTube goes by Stop 007. Dr. Catherine Horton, Stop 007. I follow her page. She's really smart and she's super funny. Charisma Peoples. Happy birthday. How young are you? Well, first of all, thank you. I'm 39. I'm not young at all. But thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Related to the UK Royals, yes, you can play with different color suits. He had them with Debbie Test, two babies. Whoa. Happy birthday from Newfoundland. Thank you, Daniel. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. He had them with a nurse, I thought. No, Michael Jackson couldn't have children. He didn't have. He had the bolt, but he did not have the nuts. They are his kids. What you mean? He had him with Nurse Debbie, a person who helped him during the Pepsi burns. They were not his children. These are not his children. And that's okay, you know. That's okay, but they're not his kids. There's a lot of mixed race people in my family. These kids are not mixed race. Or at least they're not mixed with black. I know it may seem like Michael Jackson. I mean, it's a possibility. You know what? I take it back. Maybe they are his kids. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Thanks, Jane Doe. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. There's a special type of film horror that the gang stalkers replace in the car on target's car. This glass can transmit video feed and adjust. They also use varieties of this in the hotel mirrors. Really? They will open your car, spray something, and lock it back. Little odd stuff like that. Yeah, I believe that. Matt Batten was an uncle to the UK royals, I think. They can also reverse the pixels on your TV, get the screen to act like a camera lens itself. I have also seen this from their side too and can explain. No, I believe you. I believe you. They're starving me. I need help. I'm sorry to hear Countdown. I'm really sorry to hear that. Unfortunately I'm not in a position to help you in that way. What do you mean they're starving you? Like they won't allow you to work a job? My kids are mixed and they are very light and look very ambiguous racially. I'm white. Dad was dark skinned black. No, you're right. I was just thinking about I have a cousin who's half black, half Italian, and you know, he looks half black. But I do have three cousins who are girls, and they're half black and half Quebecer, basically, white. And, I mean, not that Italian is not white, but you know, Quebecer, French, French and English, I guess. And they look pretty ambiguous. I mean, I will say that these kids don't look like him. They don't look like him at all. At all. But then again, my uncle's daughters don't look like him either. And I'm pretty sure they're his. They look Puerto Rican. Sorry. Anyways, guys, I've been here for too long. I have to go to bed. Uh, uh, sorry. No financial stability, no car, no job. Hey, Countdown, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. Like I said, I wish I could help you. That's devastating, man. That's devastating. I'm so sorry, man. Stay strong, brother. Stay strong. Don't let him win. Don't let him win. You know, bend, don't fold, don't break. You fall down, get back up. Keep going, man. Once black features comes in, it's yours. When you hit the unlock button, the flipper and programmed right can pick up the frequency and repeat it back door unlocked. I believe that. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit. I won't count down to give his cash app so that people can help him. Thank you, Justice for Chosen. Much appreciated. God bless you as well. Nothing really safe once you're aware. Yeah, I mean, people talk about, oh, be careful, they're spying on you through this and through that. And it's just like, no, I've accepted that I'm being spied on. I'm being watched at all times. It's privacy is over. The days of privacy are gone. You know? Yeah. Countdown. If you have a Cash App or like a Zelle or whatever, you know, I'm 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 only staying here until you give your Cash App so people can get it, so people can help you out. Because if you're starving, you know, we gotta feed you. I wish I could help you, man. I'm in a pretty bad situation myself. feeling like you're in a Truman Show and watch the movie Fallen 100%. Yeah, do you have a PayPal countdown? He's not answering. People should actually unplug the devices they aren't using to truly prevent it from being accessed. I just saw a live tonight from Dr. DeFacto. He was talking about they were controlling a device that was unplugged, and it was an analog device. It wasn't even like these new age movies, these new age devices. Hey, thanks, Deb. I'm glad you're here. It's too bad I'm leaving, but I am happy you're here. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. It's very kind of you. I'm an old man. I will say when he said that, I didn't believe it, but I was just like, whoa. But yeah, he was saying like he had a recorder. He had a recorder and yeah, it's like an analog. He unplugged it and everything, and like they were messing with it when it was plugged, and he was trying to record something. He was recording music, and then you know did you sent a greeting before? I didn't even see it. I swear I didn't see anything. I'm so sorry. Have you been here the whole time? I think what happened is Countdown dropped a link and we're not seeing it. Countdown, if you drop the link, we're not gonna see it. Could you just like write something in the chat just so that we can know you're here? Because there it is. There it is. All right, everybody, everybody, Countdown just dropped his Cash App. Please bless our friend Countdown 7525. His Cash App is $DANM 808. $DANM 808. I'm just gonna wait a little while for everybody to get it or write it down or something because I do have to go. But let my birthday gift be that Countdown eats a proper meal today. Hopefully you get blessed today, Countdown. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I do have to go. It's really late, so I'm gonna have to go, Deb. But if you wanna watch it back, I said some pretty interesting stuff on this live, and it was a fun one. I had a really good time with you guys. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Thank you, 732 Jax. Um, Stay strong, keep going. God bless. God bless you as well. God bless you as well. Um, you mean to give me your email or give other people your email? I mean, you do whatever you want. I mean, I'm just letting you know I don't do emails. I don't communicate with anyone through emails. Not for like safety reasons, just because I don't like it. I communicate through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. That's it. I don't do emails. But yeah, thank you for the birthday wishes, Deb. I appreciate you being here. It matters to me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Jess, for the birthday wishes as well. Did everybody get Countdown's Cash App? Hopefully everybody got it. I'm gonna stay here for one more minute just to make sure everybody gets it, so everybody can bless Countdown with a little something. Hey, thanks, Miss Pedro. Thank you very much. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Much appreciated. Well, before I go, I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me in a live today. Thank you for being such a great community. Thank you for thank you for the past few months. Thank you for encouraging me to do what I'm doing. Thank you for supporting me. Uh, Thank you for being you, you know? You guys are awesome. And as always, never let them fill you with shame about anything that you've ever said or done while being spied on. The only person that deserves to carry shame is the person doing the stalking. And For everything else, you deserve grace, you deserve mercy. Love yourself first, always. I love you guys. See you.